but persons are getting benefit here in the Caribbean. People were welcoming all over UK, USA, Canada, even if you're coming from Africa. And just in case Mr. Chin from China shine in, welcome, welcome. A hearty more mito welcome to you. So bless you. We'll give the disclaimer right now before we ask Dr. Samuels to come and bless us. So we say that these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products discussed is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information is intended for general information purpose only. It is not intended as a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment of disease. As it relates to any testimony that may be shared, no one was compensated for giving a testimony. All testimonials are the opinions of those individuals and may not be the result that everyone gets. So, ladies and gentlemen, get yourself ready. The doc is about to open his microphone. I want to present to you none other than Dr. Desmond Samuels. Around here we call him the good doctor. He's the most comprehensive doctor you may ever get to meet. He's so well equipped, he's so well rehearsed and studied, very knowledgeable, very humble, spends a lot of time at the feet of the master, and the master has empowered him and endued him with power. Dr. Summers holds a bachelor's degree in psychology. He holds a bachelor's degree in theology. He has a diploma as an electronic technician and is an accident and emergency physician, meaning that when you go to some ER room, don't be surprised if you see Dr. Samuel saying hello to you. He's a massage therapist. He's an expert in functional medicine, and he's a mitochondrial aficionado. He knows the mitochondria. He loves the mitochondria. He dreams the mitochondria. He eats the mitochondria, and he now comes to deliver the mitochondria as he has delivered so many babies for so many women and families. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to get out of the way of greatness and present to some and introduce to others the good doctor, Dr. Desmond Samuels. Have you made it to the call, my brother?
I am here, sir. I am here. Good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Bless you, sir.
That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. So everyone that is here, near or far, here for the first time, we welcome you. Um, like Dr. Campbell always said that this information that we have is light years ahead of its time. And some of the stuff that I have been learning as I go through the revisit my notes from basic science and looking at the mitochondria. If we knew then what we know now, some of our medical books might have been a few inches smaller than they are. Today, we want to welcome you. We are looking here at the screen. What is this? This is just a picture of the human cell anatomy. And it has all these organelles in it, and each of them serve a different purpose. From the nuclei to the Golgi apparatus to the rough endoplasmic reticulum or the smooth endoplasmic reticulum to the lysosome. The lysosome is the guy that just goes around and clean out stuff out of the cell that needs to be cleaned out. So it serves to degrade materials that are taken up from outside the cell. And it also digests obsolete components of the cell itself. So the lysosome works really well. But all of these organelles cannot work as efficiently as they are supposed to work if the mitochondria is not right. So the mitochondria here, we refer to this as the powerhouse of the cell. So once the mitochondria is right, everything else in the cell will start operating the way they were meant to operate. And so this is just us isolating the mitochondria. And as you look in it, you can realize that even though the DNA of the cell is in the nucleus, the mitochondria has its own DNA. Isn't that amazing? So the mitochondria has its own DNA, and it works. The DNA of the mitochondria also, we are finding out, is actually more potent than the DNA. It is more potent than the DNA of the nucleus itself. Forensic science is more, they're using the mitochondrial DNA more than even the regular DNA nowadays to solve crimes and mysteries. And the thing about the mitochondrial DNA, it has nothing to do with daddy. It comes directly from grandma and mom. So that is one part of the DNA, the mitochondrial DNA that comes directly from your mom. So our chief researcher and the formulator of the product that we're going to be talking to you about, his name is Dr. Bevan Elliott. And his research indicates that what affects the health of the mitochondria the most, what affects the health of the human, the person the most, is the health of the mitochondria. You literally cannot be your healthiest unless your mitochondria is at its best. So that is why we're talking about the mitochondria today. Basically, if your mitochondria is weak, tired, worn out, that's how you will feel. So if the health of the mitochondria then can be improved, then you will have more mitochondria that are bigger, more energetic, and then your overall health will improve. Because that is what we are aiming for, is for an improvement of our health. So if we get the mitochondria right, then we can watch our body rebuild, restore, rejuvenate, and repair itself. So the mitochondria, they are membrane-bound cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reaction. So the chemical energy produced by the mitochondria is stored in a small molecule that we call ATP. The human body is made up of approximately 70 trillion cells, and each cell is powered by the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. What the mitochondria does basically is that it converts fats and carbohydrates into energy, called ATP. And sometimes, in order to do that job effectively, the mitochondria have to go intercellular, because sometimes it is not getting what it needs on the inside of the cell because of whatever disease process is taking place. So sometimes it goes outside the cell in order to do that. So it is the main site of the ATP, and like we said, it is the powerhouse. It generates 98% of the power that is needed for the cell to operate optimally. It also plays a vital role in calcium storage. A lot of times persons are having some like calcium storage diseases. Major one that we know about is osteoporosis. This is where when the muscles and the other parts of the body require calcium in order to operate the calcium pumps, calcium channel pumps, when they look around, there's no calcium. So they go after your teeth, they erode all the calcium from your teeth over time. Next thing, they go to your bones. Those are the two main sources of calcium storage. Then you end up with this condition called osteoporosis. It deals with apoptosis. And what apoptosis is a controlled cell death. These cells in our bodies, they are supposed to live a certain number of days. And then after that time, they are supposed to be replaced. They die off and then they just move to cell heaven. And that is where the lysosome will go and it will eat them up. We have the phagocytes and all of those other things in the body that will go and eat up the dead cells and then eliminate them from our bodies. However, if the mitochondria is not right, we can have a problem with the programmed cell death with apoptosis. And those old cells that are supposed to have been eliminated are in there, still proliferating, still multiplying, still dividing, and eventually develop into what we call tumor, which can be either malignant or benign. We also deal with, it also helps with detoxification of the hepatocytes, the liver cell. It deals with detoxification of the kidney. It deals with detoxification of the colon. Basically, it is Its purpose, it's a multi-functioning organelle that really is there to restore, rejuvenate, and rebuild our body. A human beings cannot survive without the mitochondria. So when the mitochondria is low, there's mitochondrial diseases. We see them on the psych ward on a regular basis. We have stuff like failure to thrive. Children are smaller. They're like in the 10 percentile of their weight, 10 percentile of their height, 10 percentile of their head circumference. So they are not thriving as they ought to thrive on a regular basis. Now they develop stuff like learning disorder, have conditions coming to us like ADHD, have all kinds of medical breakdown and condition because the mitochondria is not right. We have stuff dealing with like cardiovascular issues. We have cardiovascular issues, we have neurological issues. So when the mitochondria is not operating at its best, people are complaining or are dealing with stuff like transient ischemic attack, TIA. They're dealing with stroke, whether hemorrhagic stroke or whatever the other kind of stroke is. Persons are dealing with those kind of stroke. Persons are dealing with neurological problem, brain issues. And next thing you know, we're talking about brain tumors and all of that stuff. Renal failure, problems with the kidney, problems with the gallbladder, problems with the urethra because the mitochondria is not right. These things now are beginning to happen in our bodies, usually around the third and fourth decade of our lives is when we start seeing a lot of these stuff start happening to our bodies. Why? Food we eat, the air we breathe, the water we drink, the stress we are under, the medications we're taking for different kind of sicknesses and diseases. We have GI problems. From your mouth to your anus, what are you looking at? Approximately 30 feet of tube-like material. In your tummy, there's about 27 feet of, between the large and the small intestine. And so there's a lot of space in there for pathogens to hide and to grow and then develop and start attacking you like that. So if the mitochondria is right and the cells are working right, those things will not be able to hide and develop and then launch an attack on your body. When we talk about the pulmonary system, same thing with your lungs. If you look at the lungs that's in your chest, if you were supposed to get the opportunity to unwrap them and unwrap them, what you would be able to find out is that you are looking at the size of a lawn tennis court. That is a lot of material that is inside of your chest. And that's a lot of space for stuff to start happening, to hide in there and then just do its thing, proliferate, and then launch an attack on your body again. Pulmonary problems, emphysema, COPD, asthma, all of those kind of stuff. Once the mitochondria is not right, then these stuff can start happening to you. Persons having erectile dysfunction. These are all results of mitochondria not happening. Sorry about that. Somebody calling me. Let me tell them I'll call them back. Done. So once the mitochondria is right, then we don't have to worry about these stuff. It's stuff like infertility issue, vision issues, the eyes, the heart, the lungs, the liver, the all of those organs in your body, the brain. These guys have thousands upon thousands of mitochondria in them. And so when those mitochondria are weak and tired, it simply means that things are not going to be working properly. So we need to keep the mitochondria healthy. When the mitochondria gets low, when the mitochondria gets depleted, when the mitochondria is diseased, then this guy comes in. Inflammation. And now when inflammation comes in, because you have the inflammation first, then you have the disease. So here comes the inflammation, and then after the inflammation, the cardiovascular problem. silent killer. Everybody talk about high blood pressure, which is the silent killer. Once the mitochondria is not right, inflammation steps in, then we're going to have problems with the we have problems now with hypertension. And then now when we look at hypertension, it is one of it has a like we'd call it a first cousin. Because over time, because the blood pressure is so high and stuff start happening, we look at now folks having diabetes. I mean, majority of persons who are suffering from hypertension, they also have diabetes. What we're finding out now, based on some studies that we're doing, is that one of the cause of high blood pressure is actually insulin resistance. And what is type 2 diabetes referred to nowadays as? Type 2 diabetes is now referred to, and rightfully so, as insulin resistance diabetes. So we have so much stuff in our blood that is supposed to be in the cell. And so now you have this blood with this whole lot of sugar that is supposed to be taken into the cell. Now it's on the outside. And so that could be a possible cause of why so many folks are having problems with hypertension. These guys work hand in hand. A lot of men who are on high blood pressure medication, one of the medication that the doctors seems to be giving, especially to our black men on a regular basis for a long period of time, are the diuretics, or what we call the water pill. Those are meant to be for a short-term basis, not for 6 months, 1 year, 2, 3 years. No. If you're on high blood pressure medication and your doctor have you on the water pill for this long, go back to him or her and tell them you need to be taken off this water pill, because the side effects are dirty, the side effects are nasty. One of the side effects of this water pill is a condition called gynecomastia. And this condition is where a man have breasts almost as big as his wife, probably needs to wear brassiere. Folks, once the man gets there, can you imagine, folks, us men, we already have a prostate that's giving us problems. Now, to add to that, we're going to be prone to start having breast cancer now. Come on, talk to your clinician. Tell them they need to get you off that. If you go home, you look on your medication that the doctor has given you for your hypertension, and especially if it's a propanolol, go to him or her and tell them you need to change this, because propanolol is going to bring darkness to your bedroom. Propanolol is going to cause major erectile dysfunction. Cigarette smoking, lung cancer. Cigarette smoking kills the mitochondria. Drinking too much liquor, too much alcohol damages the mitochondria. It is okay for a man to have 2 drinks per day, or for a woman to have 1 drink per day. Anything more than that, you are killing your mitochondria. When the mitochondria is low and the inflammation sets in, we're going to start looking at things like arthritis and joint pains. We're going to start looking at stuff like allergies, eye disorder, asthma, back to the old diabetes, Crohn's and colitis, and that is just to name a few. Once the mitochondria is not right, then your blood vessels are going to become problematic, because the blood pressure now gets high, and now your arteries, which take oxygenated blood to your organ, to your tissues, they are going to become damaged. The epithelium is going to be damaged by the pressure. And then when that happens, then now the cholesterol plaque is going to be formed, because cholesterol now is going to come to try and repair the damage that is in your blood vessel. And over time, it's going to start growing and growing and growing. And eventually you get to about 70% occlusion. Once you get to 70%, if it's a cardiac muscle, what's going to happen? You are now going to start having angina, chest pain. And so you start having angina, you start having chest pain, then next thing you know, it's get to 80%, 95%, or whatever percentage occluded. Then it can come to about 100% occlusion. And when that happens, then those myocytes, those cardiac muscles, they are not going to be getting the oxygen that they require, and then they end up dying. Not apoptosis this time, but from necrosis. And that is how you have a heart attack. If it is with the muscles, if it's with what's taking the blood to your brain, then now those brain tissues are going to die off, and now you are going to end up with a stroke. And so that is why we are trying to talk to you, to get you to say, listen, get your mitochondria right. You see this plaque that you're looking at here, it's a cholesterol plaque. And so what happened is that if the mitochondria is right, it will now activate the glutathione, which is the master antioxidant. And that master antioxidant is going to go and it is going to cleave itself to this cholesterol plaque. And over time, not immediately, over time, it's going to clean it out, and your blood vessels are going to become nice and clean again. One of the problems we're having as we look at this slide here with our men, just to talk about it briefly, we'll interchange this slide from time to time. If you look on the left, we're looking at a normal prostate. If you look at this gland right here, it is nice. The size is good. The bladder above, it is not touching the bladder. And you notice that the urethra, the tube that runs through it, it's nice. And there's a nice flow, a nice opening, no occlusion, no nothing like that. And then that is how it is. That is how it's supposed to be. However, if you look at the right side of your screen, you'll notice an enlarged prostate. This guy here is just a problem waiting to happen. Now it's squeezing up against the bladder, the urethra in the middle there. It is occluded because the prostate is getting bigger, and as it gets bigger, it squeezes against it. And then those nodules that you're looking at in there, they are now prone to become malignant because it's large. And if you notice, so it's squeezing against the blood and all of that. Now, if that is not reduced, and all of this that is happening here with the prostate is because of inflammation and free radical damage. Because once those happen, then the prostate reacts, right? And it reacts by getting large because of the amount of inflammation and free radical damage going on in the cells of the prostate. Now, if you notice right here where the urine comes out, if this thing gets so big that we cannot, and it's difficult to come down, one of the things that your urologist is going to do, or if your family doctor, he's going to suggest that you get a catheter. And you push the catheter from here all the way up, pass it right through. Now, when it gets to here, because the prostate is squeezing it so much, it potentially is going to be extremely painful. And sometimes when we're doing these, we find out that before the urine even comes out in the bag, we're finding that we are getting blood, because right in here, it is just scarring up the urethra. And so then now you're going to have the catheter stuck up in here in the bladder, and then you're going to have to be wearing a PP bag for a very, very long time, or until you get to the point where we fix it. Now, the problem with the prostate surgery is that more often than not, the guy's going to end up wearing diaper, because the prostate is now going to be weak. It's just not going to hold the urine as it's supposed to. So when the mitochondria is not right, inflammation comes in. And so one of the side effects of this inflammation that is coming into the prostate is going to be a large prostate. With a condition called benign prostate hyperplasia, or BPH for short. And so we want you to fix that and to keep your prostate healthy men. How do we prevent or repair the mitochondrial damage? We can do that now because of a 9-year research and development by Dr. Bevan Elliott, 3 years worth of distribution. There is a company called More Mito, and it is short for More Mitochondria. And so they got 3 products. They got the one for pets because somebody told me that what befalleth man befalleth beast. So we have a pet product that can actually boost the energy in your pets and get them going again. Then now we have the 2 products that's for human consumption. Ultramito Restore. This guy works from the inside out and it grows the mitochondria to increase cellular energy and to provide your body with the nutritional resources to restore, rejuvenate, and repair itself physically and emotionally. Now, the Rejuvenate is our topical gel. So it works from the outside in. It works on areas of specific concern. It is highly recommended then for anything that affects your hair, your scalp, your skin, any place on your body in an unwanted way. It also penetrates deep to affect the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles, and joints that may be experiencing discomfort. Think about that, any kind of pain or discomfort, any kind of mobility issue, any kind of lack of feeling, or any kind of poor circulation. And sometimes, so you know, you have poor circulation going on. There's numbness in your feet, in your toes. There's tingling going on right there, and then you're feeling pain in your muscles, especially your calf muscles. Feeling a lot of pain in them. There's there's a problem going on with circulation. So you need now. So this Rejuvenate actually helps with that. Now, just to backtrack a little bit to talk about diabetes, just to give you some heads up, your muscles, especially those in your calf muscles, those in your thighs, those muscles, guys, are like a garbage disposal for sugar in your blood. But it's not just going to happen overnight or just going to happen willingly. If you were to exercise, especially those muscles, they will eat up the excess sugar that is floating around in your blood because that is what they want. That is what they need, that sugar in those tissues so that the muscles can start growing and rebuilding again. So start doing it. Start going up the stairs. Start walking up some hills. Get some weight. Start doing some squats. Start building those muscles. So if you're diabetic, so they can start eating out all of that excess sugar that is circulating in your blood. This is what the Rejuvenate looks like. It comes, like I said before, it's a topical gel. And then this is what the Restore is. It comes in a liquid form. It comes with an applicator, and you're supposed to take it sublingual. So the Rejuvenate, then it uses natural ingredients, and these are amplified and driven deep into the cell and into the mitochondria. And it uses our proprietary patent system that is called XDS. The Restore works from the inside out, growing the mitochondria to increase cellular energy and provide the body with the nutritional resource to restore, rejuvenate, and to repair itself again. So the XDS basically is the system, is what makes our company so unique and so potent. Is the delivery system, it's how it deliver the product to the cell. So it basically now has the energy and has the makeup that it can go straight to the cell, get to the lipid bilayer of the cell, passes through it easily, and then it takes the ingredients through the cytoplasm, find the mitochondria, gets through the lipid bilayer of the mitochondria itself, and delivers the ingredients in an effective and very powerful way. So the XDS system It's not fighting with any binding sites that your medication may be dealing with. That is the problem. That is the reason we don't have all that side effect. And you can take it. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter. As Dr. Clive always say, anybody from the baby to the granny, every nook and cranny. So it gets right into your cell, get right into the cytoplasm, gets right into the mitochondria and work and deliver the products into the cell, into the mitochondria using this exponential delivery system. It's an amazing system how it is designed to work. So the Restore is an adaptogenic formulation, and it's designed to promote and stimulate free energy, free natural energy from the mitochondria that can outlast your longest day. It enhances the brain's ability with the vision, clarity, and focus to meet your everyday challenge. No more Red Bull, no more of this kind of stuff, no more Monster, none of that kind of stuff. Once you start taking our Restore, it is going to be able now to give your mitochondria the energy that it desires so that it can start doing what it needs to do. It's a mood enhancer, and it gets rid of chronic stress. Persons are reporting more deeper and restorative sleep. They're getting up, going to the bathroom, going back to bed, and they're not up for the rest of the night counting sheep. They are falling asleep nicely and stuff. It's an immune system enhancer with anti-parasitic and anti-pathogenic support. Body-wide system support for your major organ system, folks. And it enhances the body's ability. Now, this is a very important line here. It enhances the ability for the body to manage itself and to maintain homeostasis. So, once you get this Restore in your body, and the Restore now re-energize your mitochondria, some of the mitochondria that are beyond the point of no return, those will be eliminated from the cell and new ones will be produced. These guys now, over time, they are going to help your body to get back into equilibrium. Once your body is back into equilibrium, now it is going to start to repair and to heal itself. So it's going to heal itself from the effects of aging. It's going to heal itself from free radical damages. And it is going to heal itself from oxidative stress. And yes, very importantly, it is going to heal itself from the effects of inflammation. Now, with all of this that it's going to be doing, please don't expect that it's going to do it overnight. Don't expect that it's going to do it in one shot. It's going to take time. All right. So we are encouraging you to do that. So here are some documented benefits of olive oil with the olive leaf and the black seed oil. These are the documented benefits of especially these three. Fatigue. It gives relief from excessive fatigue. Healthy blood sugar. It gives blood sugar support. It's going to reduce your blood sugar if it's too high. Healthy blood pressure. You're going to find out that your systolic and diastolic will be all right. Heart and cardiovascular support. Any major organ system. It's going to help with healthy weight loss. You're going to have healthy hair and youthful skin. It is anti-parasitic, and you're going to find that it has also anti-pathogenic, cholesterol improvement, immune response support, and it's going to get rid of stuff that are messed up by inflammation, arthritis, fibromyalgia, rheumatology, all those rheumatic fever, all those stuff. These are documented benefits you're looking at here on your screen of the superfood of the black seed oil, the olive leaf, along with that. And so this Restore product being taken deep into the cell, it's gonna start helping your body to get back into balance and homeostasis. Now, these benefits are the benefits of Restore, especially important if folks are having extreme energy deficit. You know, you're tired, you always want to sleep, you try to do something, and it's like you just can't find the energy nor the vibe to start doing it, this is very important for you. Athletes that are looking for extreme performances, folks, this is 100% natural. So guess what? There is no issues with any kind of drug issues with the athletics, with world body organizations and all of that. Does your occupation require that you are alert? Yes, it works for that. If you have to deal with like problem solving skills and all of that stuff, it definitely works well. Are you a working mom or a working dad? Or you just want to be as healthy as you can be? This restore works because now it's making sure that your body is back into homeostasis, get back into equilibrium, and start working properly again. So we want to tell you that if you try Restore today, you launch a rescue mission because your cells are crying out, we need some help. How do you take Restore? The recommended dose is 4 milliliters per day. We ask that you take a loading dose of double or more for the first few days. I wouldn't say 2 days, I'd say even a week. So it can be taken in the morning or in the evening. It can be taken in a single dose, or you can split it up over time. So when you get your Restore, you're going to take the applicator and you're going to fill it up to the 1 milliliter mark. You fill it to the 1 milliliter mark, you tilt your head back about 30 degrees and you put it under your tongue and hold it for about 90 seconds. Give your body the opportunity to allow it to absorb right into your bloodstream, bypassing the stomach, bypassing the liver, goes right into the bloodstream and be delivered directly to your cells. I don't recommend that you take all 4 milliliters one time under your tongue, because by doing that, it can be problematic and it's going to take much, much longer for it to be absorbed, right? So take 1 milliliter at a time and work it like that. What should you expect and how quickly does it work? For some folks, they see same-day results. However, most persons report benefits in days or weeks. In some instances, what you're going to find is that your body is detoxified. So you might find you have a slight nagging headache for 3-4 days. You might find that you're a little bit more tired than normal. This is because the toxins are being driven or dragged out of your body. Next thing also you're going to find is that the colon is being detoxified. So you might notice that you go into the bathroom more often in a single day, not with watery diarrhea, but with just solid stool that has been stuck in your colon for months, weeks, or maybe even years. Now it's taking its time and getting it out. Some folks are experiencing this and are reporting that they have to actually use the plunger before they flush in order not to flood the bathroom because of how much crap was driven out of their body. Now, others may take months or more, especially depending on how much detoxification needs to be done to your body. And when we're talking about detoxification, it's not just flushing out things. It's also talking about rebuilding the mitochondria. Because sometimes what has happened, the mitochondria is so sick, it is so weak, it is so damaged that now it has to take time now, the body getting all this technology and ingredient in the body. It has to take time now to build the mitochondria. So it's building the mitochondria. And then once the mitochondria is built, then now the mitochondria has to start doing the detoxifying. And so some folks, depending on your condition, it's going to take a little bit longer. All right. So you might take it in 2 weeks, not now go on for you, 3 weeks, not now go on. Even a month you haven't felt or seen any changes. Don't get discouraged. Don't get dismayed. Things are going on in your body subtly that you don't understand, and that is what is going on. Those who have complex health situation, remember folks, Some of the medication you're taking are mitochondria killer. Some of the physical or mental and emotional stress you're under is mitochondrial killer. So now here comes Restore, that is helping to restore the mitochondria and bring it back to life. So the conventional wisdom is to allow at least 3 months to give any nutraceutical a fair test. Because if you have complex issues dealing with for years, you might be on high blood pressure medication for 10 years, 15 years. You might be on diabetic medication for about the same amount of time, kidney diseases, asthma, any kind of issues. You might be on those medication for years. It is not just going to flip over time like that. Give your body some time and be patient. Now, when you look at these ingredients, these are the 44 ingredients that is in the Restore. 44 ingredients. And so you look at something like ataxanthin there. That thing, it's actually, if you Google it and look at it, the benefits of it is anti-cancer. And it's also antioxidant. And folks, it's an anti-diabetic plant. And it also helps to prevent cardiovascular issues. Just that one. So it is anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-diabetic, and it prevents heart problem. That's number 4. If you look at number 7, it provides energy, it reduces fatigue, boosts libido, and it helps with sexual drive. Spirulina, now it helps with a healthy immune system. Lutein improves or prevents age-related macular diseases. And the bilberry reduces the risk of cancer again. So here we are. All of these stuff, and that's just a few of them that I mentioned there. Spirulina is actually great for persons dealing with high blood pressure. And then PEA is an anti-inflammatory, and the list goes on and on. So just right there in the first 7 or 8, we're not just dealing with fixing the mitochondria, but we have anti-cancer properties, we have anti-diabetic properties, and we have things that will fix the effects on your cardiovascular system just in this one product. And we could go on and on. Let's talk about the Rejuvenate. The Rejuvenate, then, it is great for anything that causes you to itch, to scratch, or to break out, or any kind of irritation. So you have joint pain, joint discomfort, random bumps and breakouts, fine lines and wrinkles over time, they disappear. The skin, again, is going to feel soft like a baby's bottom. Any kind of sunburn or damage, even if it's been decades old, the Rejuvenate is going to reverse the effect of that sun damage, reverse the effects of those burns or bruises, reverse the effects of insect bites, dandruff, of the scalp issues, razor bump. So are you suffering, or are you looking at stuff that you're like, man, I wish I could get rid of this scar, get rid of this mole, get rid of this wart, get rid of this skin tag? Folks, what is happening out there now is that science is now recognizing that the deodorants that we're buying on the shelves, a lot of these deodorants have aluminum in them, and aluminum is actually carcinogenic. It's cancer causing. So this gel can actually be used as a natural deodorant. Persons are using it for hair styling, going back to their hairdressers, only to find out that after steaming their hair with it, so after they wash their hair, they rub it in like we call it Vaseline or whatever, and you put it under that shower cap and you steam it, it actually repair damaged hair, actually repair split ends and all of that. I had one lady that told me that when after she did it, she just tried it for fun, and then she went back to her cosmetologist, and they were like, I don't need to cut your hair. The dead ends are actually looking healthy. First, it repairs damage here. So again, we go back to the foot care business. Persons who are waking up and realizing that your feet are hurting, just walking over a hill, you're having problems with your muscle pain and all of that. It fixes those things. It fixes those things over time. diabetic or peripheral neuropathy, the tingling in your toes, the tingling in your fingers, those things are getting taken care of. Do you have sore or tired eyes? Those are getting taken care of. And for those with sinus problems, just put it on a Q-tip and gently put it up inside your nose and massage it and watch it clear up those sinus infections. So if you want fresher, younger looking skin, if you want a natural alternative to medication for pain and discomfort, if you want a sharp vision, sharper than you have, or you want to get quick relief from eye strains, or if you want to pursue a vigorous athletic workout routine, this actually helps in your recovery. Or do you just want to be as healthy as you can possibly be with less emotional stress and physical discomfort? We're saying rejuvenated, rejuvenated. So how do you take it? How do you use it? Well, we recommend that you order both products. The one, the Restore, that works from the inside out, the Rejuvenate works from the outside in. You take a teaspoon of the Restore, add it to the Rejuvenate bottle or jar, shake it up, shake it, and next thing you know, it's that it becomes, it becomes one. Then you use that to apply it to wherever is hurting. Apply it to wherever is not looking the way you want it to look. Apply it as many times as needed. Use it multiple times per day. And we're saying even after the discomfort is gone, even after the pain is gone, even after whatever it is that you're dealing with is gone, use it for a few more days, and that will give you a more complete recovery. So a lot of folks are saying that, a lot of ladies actually are saying that once they combine them and she rub it and they rub it on their faces in the morning to go to work or whatever, the glow that they're getting is amazing. So they don't even need to use a lot of that foundation stuff anymore. So, like I said before, some issues you're going to see results in minutes, others you're going to see in months, weeks to months, or days to weeks to months. But don't worry, it is working. Body is fixing stuff that needs to be fixed. So, if you have complex health issues, including those with medication and other supplements, you might need to be a little bit more patient, give it some time. So, here are the ingredients that are in the Rejuvenate, in the gel. See, it's 22 ingredients that's in there. And if you look at them, these are some amazing, amazing ingredients, even just by themselves. Here is the thing. You can get any of these stuff and you can try to apply them topically or whatever, however you do it. It may work, but to have to get more efficacy from it, you need to use it the way we have it, because we have the XDS technology, which is going to take it deep into the cells. It's going to take it deep into the tendons, deep into the tissues, deep into the ligaments. We have had testimonials of folks with bone to bone because of arthritis. And after a few weeks of using this stuff, they're finding out that they are not feeling as much pain. It's now tolerable. And so they'll continue to use it and get rid of whatever it is that they want. So when we look at how this thing has been formulated and put together by Dr. Bevan Elliott, it is no wonder that it is so amazing the way it works. Folks, what is happening here is this. If the mitochondria is not right, if the mitochondria is in deficit, if the mitochondria is low, if the mitochondria is sick, then what's going to happen? Inflammation is going to show up. And what comes after inflammation? Chronic disease and chronic pain. So, what if we're able to fix the mitochondrial problem? Remember now, this Dr. Bevan Elliott has found something that a lot of persons, a lot of clinicians, a lot of scientists have not been able to do for years. It's to find a way to fix the mitochondria. And so now we have this 9-year worth of research and development and has been handed to us that we can use it to fix our issues, our friends' issues, our family members' issues. We can fix the issues of everybody we know. So now we fix the mitochondria, we fix whatever the problem is. So, what are you suffering from? You just put it on that line. And then what we're going to do, we're going to tell you, fix the mitochondria. Then whatever it is that's on that line will be fixed. Kidney disease, done. Hypertension, done. Diabetes, reverse. Heart problems. We are having so many testimonies of persons, even 4-year-old, even a 4-month-old child with eczema. They're finding out now that even that is being reversed because we are fixing the mitochondria problem. I slowed it down this evening because I was just had a conversation yesterday, and thinking about it, and I'm like, folks, I don't think even those of us who are using the technology and getting the benefits really understand how powerful this information is. Because if you fix the mitochondria, here's it. When you look at the cell, the mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell, all those organelles that are in the cell, they depend on the mitochondria being at its best. So now if you and I get our mitochondria at their best, then all of those organelles are going to start doing what they're supposed to do. And then we are going to start feeling healthy, happy, and terrific all over again. Dr. Clive, back to you, sir.
Wow, wow, wow. You can search all over, still cannot find no product. Looked high and low, still can't find any product. No product is greater. No product is greater than these. Dr. Samuels, this information is causing a transformation in our generation, sir. Thank you
Yes,
for emptying of yourself. Look at the information that we have all over the internet, all over TikTok and YouTube and whatever. You are not going to find the quality information that is as efficacious and powerful as what you have just heard. And every single ounce of it, it is true. Thank you, Dr. Samuel. You are going to take a little break because you're going to come back to answer some questions that people may have. Lady Marva is going to be at standby to help persons who may be texting in the chat room, writing messages, or will indicate to those who raise hand who want to talk to the Dr. Lady Marva coming soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a product technology. A gentleman says miracle product technology because the amount of benefits you get from it. He can't understand how at his age and his stage, he can be getting these amazing benefits. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful for our CEO, Mr. Roger Hill, More Mito, the CEO. Brilliant, brilliant man. Our research and development, Dr. Bevan Elliott, the amazing scientist who really um, took some time and humbled himself before the Lord. God gave him the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to make what we have. And our president, Mr. Dale Bonet, brilliant man, amazing administrator, and he is steering the ship to where we are going. So we have something beautiful, something good. All our situations can be addressed via the mitochondria, the mighty mitochondria. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to allow for answering of questions. I give you a testimony I heard about this 7-year-old boy, autistic, hasn't spoken a word in his 7-year-old life. Somebody introduced his family to the More Mito products, and 3 days, this little boy, after 7 years of not speaking, says, "Mama," started saying hello, words like what, and he's adding to his vocabulary every day. Is his family excited? How many families do you know may have children with conditions like ADD, ADHD, may have autistic situations or some other childhood challenge? Ladies and gentlemen, make a call, give hope to somebody. On the other side of the scale, the 70s, the 80s, and 90-year-old persons who are left for dead are getting their memories back, getting their eyesight back, getting their energies back. The muscles are working again. The joints are working again. The knee has no more pain. The shoulder has no more pain. There is no more complaint. And they are doing things that were depending on their family members to do when they are ready. They're just going to, dignity has come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something we have never had before. And we know for sure because people are saying it every single day, the testimonies. Now, Lady Marva, will you be so kind to conduct this portion? Are you able to? Please come if
Yes,
you
sir.
can. Take over,
Yes.
please. Give
Thank you.
direction.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And I see that we got one person with a hand up already. So let's try to be more consistent with the hand up because I can't speak too much to read the stuff. My throat is not the best tonight. So if you go ahead, please, and open your mic.
Um, Good night.
Good night.
This is Ethne. Um, I was asking two questions for the doctor, and they both are asking for a friend. Somebody with veneers ears, and how can the technology work for that? And then the other question has to do with someone who has an erectile dysfunction but will not take the restore by mouth. Can the rejuvenate mixed with the restore help or work in any way?
Okay,
Thank
let's
you.
deal with the let's deal with the ED issue first.
That one is easier to deal with than the veneers. Sorry,
Well, I'll deal with the
I'm
hard
just
one
making a
first.
joke.
Mm. So the ED issue, yes, if they mix it, if they do like I explain how to take it, you they put it in they take a teaspoon of the restore and put it in the rejuvenate. And after they shower, or once they're clean, they massage between the anus and the testicles. That's the perianal. So they got to massage there a couple, maybe 4 or 5 times a day. My question then though is also I have to ask, why don't they want to take the restore by mouth? What is the problem? Where's Venier? I'm asking you, please answer.
I don't know, and
Okay, so here's the problem. Here's what I think the problem is with that. I think the problem with them not taking it by mouth is the fact that they're not taking it properly. So what you need to tell them is this. They need to get the 1 milliliter and they need to tilt their head backwards, not too far back, about 30 degrees. And they need to hold it under their tongue. So do 1 ml at a time. Don't do all 4 ml at once. So you tilt your head back and you hold it and it will seep into your bloodstream. It will seep into your bloodstream without going to your stomach. The other problem could be with the erectile dysfunction. It could also be a matter of there could be a heart problem. And so for the heart problem to get sorted out, they're also now going to need to take the restore because it's the restore that's going to get deep into the heart tissues, and begin to fix what needs to be fixed. So they need to They need to do that. They need to find a way to start getting it sublingually and all of that. So a lot of times ED is not just one thing. So yes, we might fix up the calcification by doing the application on a daily basis, but we probably need to. But if the heart is where the problem is, then that they're gonna need to take it like that. With the veneer, it's a dental issue, and so we can actually what we are finding out is that
Veneers, the veneers has to do with the ears.
unless you didn't pronounce it right, are they having
Yes.
tinnitus?
No, not tinnitus. Is veneers,
How do you spell that one?
VNIERS, I think. The person, it is I just met him coming from church, and he had earmuffs on his ears, and he said that he won't be able to come back to church because on a Sunday morning because it's too loud. The music is too loud.
Yeah, because the veneer that I know about is like a dental cosmetic procedure. Let me get I have to look into that one, and then on Friday we will give you a better answer on it. But what this the noise in the ear and all of that kind of stuff. What I have known about the product here is that if you take a Q-tip and don't poke it in your ears, just gently massage it in your ears, and then you massage your ears around the right around the temple, the back of the ear, and right where the mandible, like when you open your mouth, if you feel just below your ear, when you try to open your mouth, the right at that joint right there, you massage both of them. Over time, it will help to get rid of the ear infection and the issues that are going on in the ears. So yes, that is my response to that one.
Thank you,
Okay,
Doctor.
thank you.
Hey, I see Wilton B. hands up, so you can open your microphone.
Okay, hello, co-host, everyone. Good night, Doc.
Good night, Wilton.
Yeah, man. Um, I have just one half a second testimony. I was laying down for 6 months. I just had a back condition that bring a lot of inflammation in my left leg, and
Right.
so for 6 months, almost 6 months, could not walk. I couldn't put no pressure on my left hip. So I do MRI, and they found out that the inflammation was around the hip. And 2 weeks prior to going back to work, I was introduced to the Rejuvenate. And I must say that I took that Rejuvenate and I rub it on my area, on my back, on my hip. And in 3 days' time, I was standing up with my hands almost touching the ceiling, which I couldn't do. I couldn't stand up. I have to lay on the floor. So Rejuvenate, it's more than a miracle product. This is the painkiller we could give. Because for me, I never go through anything like that. 6 months, I could not work. I could not sleep on my bed. I could not go to church. So I just want to lay that in there.
Can I say something to you, sir?
Yes.
All right. So you see, when God open up doors, it is important that we walk through them.
Yes.
What was meant for evil? What was meant for evil? God is turning it around for your good.
Yes.
And I'm sure that there's a lot of persons that knew about your condition. So now you need to introduce them, and so that you can know be beneficial from this financial. Because you have your testimony alone. If more Mito just had the Rejuvenate alone, you could become a millionaire. I mean, I'm not Jamaican millionaire, I'm talking American millionaire.
All right. I'm on it. I'm on it.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. With that powerful testimony,
Yes,
Promote.
I could not ask my question without saying that, because what it's done for me had me speaking now more than a radio host.
All right.
So it's only overtime. It's only overtime.
All right.
All right. I heard you said something in one of your slides earlier, when you were talking about if you're taking the medication, and it was it propanol. I didn't get the correct spell.
Propanolol.
Spell that for me.
PRO
PRO
PAN
PAN.
OLOL.
Oh, okay. I wanted was to research it if one of any of the medication that I'm on had such thing. But I will tell you something. My blood pressure never normal, never ever normal until I start taking these products. I am telling you, they are more than. I spent almost $8,000 from December to June running to doctor specialists looking for help, because I want to go back. I never had any issue like this. I want to go back to work, want to get back my normal life. And there was nothing work, nothing. Almost $8,000 I spent.
And listen,
from my pocket, exclude insurance.
This is it for you in more ways than
come on,
health,
man. Listen.
Health restoration and financial restoration.
Listen, I got the message. I got the message.
All right.
I just want to ask that one. I want to give somebody else a chance. So thank you for answering. Thanks.
No problem.
And thank you, doctor. I don't see anyone else at this point. Anything in the chat?
Listen, but after 6 months and in 3 days.
I know.
Listen, this is amazing. And that's what we say. Some folks gonna get it quicker, some folks gonna take that. But you see what's happening to him also is that it's not just the pain, but it is regulating his blood pressure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
So once it's regulating the blood pressure, other stuff are going to start being regulated in his body. And eventually, I guarantee in a few months, he's going to come and tell us he's off all those medications. I can guarantee. So, yes, we are happy for these testimonies.
Yes, that's amazing. It's a great testimony. Really, really. You know, I don't know if he's done such a good one in church yet.
Yeah, but in his key, and this is the thing, I think God is using his downfall to open up a door for him to really benefit financially from this.
Yeah.
I
people don't realize how well they can do both by health and wealth in this company. Amazing. Let me tell you.
Where's Doc? Where's Doc Clyde? Oh, are those are the same hands that were okay. No, there's a K. There's a K there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Kadish. I think.
Greetings.
Go ahead, please.
I love to share. I don't have any personal testimonies. Just one. My cousin in the US, yes, she got her products. Thank God. She said she has bursitis and a little neuropathy. She's suffering from a stroke a few years ago, right? Left her with all of those issues. So she started using the product, and overnight she could have, testified that something happened. The bursitis. Well, she saw the swelling behind the knee. It just went right down. She massaged the rejuvenating on her foot, and she said that the toes just stiff out like that. She couldn't explain it much, but it just stiff out because the toes were like curled under. And stuff like that. So it just straightened out like that. It curled up back, but then she said she's gonna continue applying it,
Right. Tell her to also apply to the toes as well. Not just to the knee, but also to the toes.
She massaged the entire foot. And then there's another friend in the UK. Yes, she got her product. And she has varicose veins, terrible varicose veins that she's cutting herself. Sorry about that. So she has to wear stockings all the time. She came to Jamaica recently and she was in stockings, just to hide the veins. And she been rubbing for less than a week, and she could testify that she stopped wearing the stockings now because the veins are almost gone.
Man.
She has also a trigger finger. Overnight, she got results with that one. Now she can peel a pineapple without asking somebody to help her to peel the pineapple.
Wow.
Yes, that's it.
Great. Those are great testimonies. Thank you.
Ethne have
Okay.
another question.
Yes. Go ahead, please, Jeff. You can open your mic. Esme, you can open your microphone. Your hand is up. And there's also
Okay, all right, yeah. I have someone on the call who just started to take the product, who is on dialysis. Can you advise? I did hear, I think it was Roger say, not to take it like before you're going to take dialysis because you're going to clean the blood and it will clean out all of the mitochondria or whatever that is there. Can you advise any?
All right, how many days a week they
Please?
do the dialysis?
I don't know, probably 3 more than likely.
Okay, because there was a gentleman who was doing it. He was going 3 days a week as well, but after about 6 weeks, he was down to one because things were being fixed. So yeah, so like on the morning before you do the dialysis, you don't want to take the Restore especially because remember they're gonna run the blood through a machine and basically kill everything that's in it. So for that one, he takes his Restore when he comes home. But on the other days, just take it as normal.
Okay.
But again, tell them don't take all four one time under the tongue. Take 1 milliliter at a time under the tongue. Allow it to be absorbed and then take the other one. So give yourself a good 5 minutes to complete the dosage.
Okay. Thank you very much,
All right.
doctor.
Thank you.
Blessed night.
That's good. Mr. Wilton B, you find some more stuff.
No, I had stuff, but I want to be conscientious to make sure I
Aw.
don't speak. Anyway, when I first let me tell you, a friend of mine wasn't hearing from me because I was sick. And he said, "Man, I haven't heard from you about 3 months now, man. What's going on?" I tell him, "Boy, I'm on my back. I'm laying down. I can't go anywhere." And so he said to me, he's using the Rejuvenate. He didn't even call it that name. He said, "I'm using a gel," because we pretty new at it. And he said he using a gel and he found out his hair is growing and his eyesight is getting better.
Wow.
So he said, "You have to buy one." I said, "I don't have the money." Because I spent all my money was running around trying to get everything from chiropractor, spine specialist, name it, physical therapy. And he said, "All right, I will buy it for you." And he bought me the Rejuvenate. He said, "Give me your address." And he mailed it to me. I get it. After my 3 days of experience, I had a friend. I used to, because I'm bored and I can't go to work, I hop in the car and get down to his store and I sit there. And I was telling him about it. And he said, "Man, get me one." So I purchased it for him. He gave me the money and I purchased it. I think it was 5 days after, one early morning. We never talk morning. It's always evening. I saw him blowing up my phone. He said, "Man, I just came out of the doctor's office. My blood pressure is normal. In 10 years, never see this."
Wow.
I was shocked. The doctor was shocked. He said, "I was shocked. The doctor was shocked because I never have a normal." He said, "Whoa, you taking your pills?" He said, "Yeah, I'm doing it." He said, "I didn't want to get too excited about that." Then he's a guy, he's a shipper, so he lift barrel and everything. He took off his shoes and showed me that he's using some of the Rejuvenate and the Restore in his toe that was eating out from wearing a big boot. He said, "Look at it, man. I'm wearing slippers right now." That's under 10 days.
Wow.
That is under 10 days. We both are excited. I'm telling everyone about it. I was the kind of guy who, if something is good, I jump on it. So some people gonna take them a while to get back and said, yeah, this one is good. So, but I will didn't give my testimony at church yet. I'm waiting because you have to know what you say at church. You have to say how. But I'm waiting for when we have communion. They always have a session where they said you could give your testimonial. So I want to talk about what revived me, what motivated me, what vitalized me, what give me the step back. I went to church last Sabbath and somebody said, "Whoa, the old Wilton is back." I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You glowing too?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "We'll talk. We'll talk when church over. How is what made me glowing like this?" I went back to work. Somebody said, "Were you sick?" I said, "Yes, I was." He said, "But you're walking like nothing happened." I said, "I have a miracle story for you." I said,
Include your link when you give that miracle story.
"Oh, come on. Listen, listen. I don't talk without my information, so I don't have to wait." I said, "Listen, you want to hear what made me smiling more? Let's talk." So I say this to say that good friends, I was getting a lot of phone calls. I was getting a lot of phone calls, but some, because I was in pain, I look at the phone. I said, "Leave me a message. I'll get back." When my friend was calling me, I knew I have to talk to him because we weren't talking, but that day was my best day. When I picked up the phone and he started to talking to me, it's like I could just feel energy in that conversation when he tell me that something is good. And my mother did tell me. My mother is 85 and she called me every day. She had 10 of us, one died, so 9. She calls me. She live in Jamaica. I live in Boston, Mass. She calls me every day. She said, "Son, one of these days, you're gonna get up. You're gonna rise up, take up your bed, and you're gonna have a story to tell the world." I
Man.
did not I didn't know that this story I was gonna tell. I didn't know because I believe when you pray, you believe. I didn't know the story I was going to tell. So you tell somebody that just a little jar can get you very far. That's my this little jar will get you very far.
Clive's cousin.
So I didn't see any hand raised. I said, let me just come back in
Yeah.
and
Thank you so much. See, Miss
my
Jessica is waiting too. Yeah.
uh, all
Thanks.
right. So I said, thank you again. I just
Thank
want to
you.
let the crowd know that let's talk about it.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. Miss Jessica,
Good night.
good night.
Yes, I was just joining here with my niece, but I just want to ask a question. I don't
Careful.
know. When I woke up in the morning, my foot bottom to the heel under, it's always pain me for a while. I had to walk around, and then it weird off. So I was wondering what could cause that.
My initial are you how my initial thing is that I think you're having some circulatory issues.
Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So that is the main reason for that.
Yes, I do. I have circulation problem.
Are you on blood thinners?
No, 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 no.
Okay. Are
I'm
you on
not,
any
on-
medication?
I'm not on any medication at all.
Okay, perfect. All right. So you are having some circulatory. sorry, issues, and the rejuvenate and the restore, they can actually help with that. As I hear the gentleman just gave his testimony here. So you just got to massage it over time, and then the circulation will pick up again.
Yeah, because there are times when I can't lift up my hand
Mm-hmm.
to put it up in the air. Just can just lift it halfway, pain right across my shoulder.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes the whole body, every time pass gone, that the whole body's under pain. When I wake up in the morning, it's like somebody beat me.
Mm-mm.
Now we want you to
Pain.
start, now we want you to start beat them back.
You know what I mean?
Are you using our product or technology?
No, no, no.
See, no, doctor, you gotta give her the spiel on that one. You need to.
No, I just mentioned it. That you
Yeah,
need to start using the rejuvenate and the restore
yeah.
to reverse the effects of all of those stuff that is happening.
Yes.
Yep, it's not a whole heap of money. Spend the money on you. You go to work for it. So you need to live in comfort. You need to live. Yeah, so we spend money on every other thing except ourselves. So yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That
Okay.
is true. So I'm just coming in. So,
Okay.
I
Thank you
really
so
want
much
to.
for sharing, Miss Jessica.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
that's
We
very
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We
Yes.
want to hear some good news soon. Okay?
Okay. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, wonderful.
Good, good.
Miss, Mr. Linton, I'm
Yeah,
tempted to call you Mr. Clinton,
I'm
but
more
I'll say Linton tonight.
Mito evening to everyone.
Somebody's happy. Good
Dr.
evening, sir.
Dr. Desmond, good evening, sir.
How are you, sir?
I am fine, thank you, and waiting for your response. But anyway, I'll tell you some good stories before the rain come. Since there is somebody who are looking on here that she don't want to tell us what's happening to her in the last couple of days that she's been using the product. I will not give you my full story either right now, but I will give you a puppy story. My friend just told me a while ago, she came home, her dog almost dead now because 3 days, the dog just lie down there, nothing happening. And she said, you know what? I'm going to have to try this thing. And all she have is the human one. So she gave him some. And in less than an hour, he was walking around. A dog that don't walk for 3 days. Yep. So that is my story on this thing of the puppy. I'll give you my story at month end, but exciting things happening. And I will tell you my church brother's story at month end too, because he's beginning to see the light. See you at the end of the month. Thank you very much.
Blessings, blessings.
End of the month, doctor. Look, at the end of the month is money time. So we go wait for it.
There's Dr.
Dr.
Sama.
Samra. Yeah. For Samra, you may open your mic. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Doctor. I'm a family medicine physician, and I do not have any medical issues, but I do take the more Mito products. But what I want to tell you about is a patient I had the other day. This lady came in. She was in excruciating pain. At the time, I did not have my products with me, but so I treated her conventionally.
Right.
And she went home. She had some relief, but the next day, the pain was right back. So I said to myself, okay, let me introduce her to this more Mito Rejuvenate. So I called her, I said, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to give you a portion of what I have because I didn't have any that I can sell or anything. So I gave her some. She put it on. This was Wednesday. So the Thursday she had the bad pain. And she said she did the cream and the pain medication I gave her. And the next morning she was good. And she said, okay, so I don't know which worked, whether the doctor's medicine or this Rejuvenate worked. So she said, okay, the next day, which is Friday, she just used the Rejuvenate without taking the conventional pain medication. And she said to me, she said, Doc, I need that. I need that. I got up the next morning, no pain all day. I've had no pain. I did not have to take any medication. I should have said, I need that. That thing works. So I'm just, I try to be cognizant of how I introduce the products.
Right.
I'm working, in a very, delicate area. So
yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
So I just wanted to say that I have from all those persons who have introduced the product to, and I do rely on the Holy Spirit to guide me.
Yes.
To who do introduce it to. And so everyone that I've introduced it to have had tremendous results, and they're very happy with it. So I just wanted to say thank you and continue the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Hey, I've got Miss Annette.
Good night.
Good night.
I think I need to share this. Something happened to me last night, and I need to share. Well, I was leaving the drugstore and was walking down the stairs last night around after 7. And I think I missed one of the stairs. That can be very painful.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness. I came home, I shower, and just a while after 10, I get this heavy pain in the bottom of my belly. And trust me, it was very painful. So what I did, I sent a message to my children, my daughter, my son. I said, I have a terrible pain. I don't like how I feel. I tried to walk to go to the room. I feel like I would have fall down. I said, no, let me get in a room. Let me get in a room where I can sit. And while I was there sitting, I began to pray. I said, Daddy God, no, I cannot take this tonight. I forgot I had a slip on a staircase. I said, what I can be tonight, my God. Anyway, I told myself, you see how people can take in like that? I said, I was going to have a bag ready and never know if you have to go in a hospital. So I said, no, I don't think this pain is that. I grabbed my rejuvenated cream and I massaged the bottom of my belly. I massaged the side of my hip. I passed it on my back. Let me tell you, it was less than 5 minutes. I felt a difference. I was amazed. I said, Daddy God, thank you, Jesus. I think everybody needs to have this technology in their house. You never know when pain come around. You never know. And sometimes when you're the least expected, this was a God sent. And I want to tell everyone here, continue sharing, continue talking. Sometimes I go down my phone, I call up this one. If they don't say yes now, I go back to them, okay? But I want to tell you tonight, last night, I felt really bad. But when I used my technology, it was a total different thing. And I went to sleep good. I said, thank you, Jesus. And I want to say thanks to the corporate, Roger Hill, Dr. Elliot, and also Dr. Clive. Hello, that's one of ours. He gave us a lot of energy also, Raji also. But I want to say tonight, I'm happy to be part of this team. There's a Momito family, and I will continue to do my best to help people live better, feel better. No matter what circumstances, we got to do what we got to do. Our community need us. They need what we have in our hand. Some of them don't know about it, but we're going to share it. Thank you so much for tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you. And this needs to be in every medicine cabinet in every house. Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Look like we cleared the board. Anyone last minute anything, or can I call Dr. Clive now?
Let's do that.
Okay, Dr. Clive.
Okay, great. Oh, great. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, what a call. What testimonial. What a way that Dr. Samuels made a presentation. And ladies and gentlemen, you will come on these calls to give your story too, because everybody that uses more Mito gets their story. What is your story? What is the story going to be? What are you trying to fix? Bless it and take it.
Doc,
Trust God.
before you go,
Yeah.
before you finish, and if Dr. Newton can actually chime in and help me out here with talking to folks a little bit about their diabetes and how exercise can act, because I know that in her family practice, she probably see a lot of diabetic patients, but how just walking about, just tell us a little bit about how much minutes she would recommend, and if weightlifting actually really help the muscles to become the garbage disposal of excess sugar in the blood. I don't know if you want to chime in a little bit.
Sure, I can. I definitely can contribute to that. It's recommended 30 minutes, 5 days a week will help with the muscle utilization of the glucose for persons who have diabetes. And even for persons who do not have diabetes, it's a very good practice for just joint and bone health, as well as overall general health, not only physically, but mentally. And yes, the muscles are the main organ that is used to remove glucose, because the muscles uses glucose to contract and to move. So that will, once you exercising, that definitely does have a big impact on your sugar level, blood sugar level. And weightlifting resistance training is excellent for muscle toning, for bone and joint health as well, for sure.
Thanks much.
You're welcome.
So you guys get our folks here getting it from doctor to doctor and then back to Dr. Klein.
That's right.
Thank you, Doc.
Exercise so
Thank you,
very
Dr.
important.
Dr.
Yes.
Newton.
Amazing.
Dr.
Can I just say a quick stuff before you go on the Dr. Clive?
Yeah.
I just want to say this, half a minute, Mondo. I'm noticing the advancement in the presentations as we go on week after week. It doesn't sound like we're repeating stuff. It sounds like we're strengthening ourselves here. We're understanding more. I know I am. My vocabulary from Dr. Samuel has increased. I'm using up my dictionary in Google and all that. And it is actually my pleasure to do it because I'm learning something, and learning all these things is just gonna make me stronger and eventually richer. Thank you. Great job. Great job.
Okay, great. Wanted to close by saying, friends, participate in your own rescue. You lost your health. God has sent something to restore and rejuvenate it. Fix some things in your diet and in your lifestyle habits and practices so that the products are not working on one end and something is leaking out on the other end. Do something different than you have done so that you can have something you have never had before. At the point, I say thank you. Thank you, Sir Townsend, for the platform to speak for the Zoom. Thank you, Dr. Summers, that you have studied, you came and you shared from your heart to our heart, and it is well received. May the Lord bless you. May you live as long as you want, but may you not want as long as you live, sir. Thank you, Marvin, for shining in and doing your part in conducting this section of the presentation. For everybody that shared a testimony, and I tell you, God bless you and keep you. Also for persons who just came to listen for the first time, and you are saying, boy, I need to buy that product. Go ahead, treat yourself to something that the Lord has sent to us. Favor and uncommon favor. And this is not just one of those things. It's in a league, it's in a class, it's in its own zip code. More Mito products. So bless you. Thank you for coming. Have a great night. And please take care of yourself. We talk again Friday, 7:30 Jamaica time. And we invite you to come back to our presentation just like this. Bring along a friend. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Blessings.